NATO is a child of the Cold War. When it was founded in 1949, there were 12 members. Today, the club has expanded to 30, 2 in North America, 28 in Europe. NATO is built around the principle of collective defense, which means an attack on one member is an attack on all of them. Their rival during the Cold War was the Warsaw Pact, a similar alliance led by the Soviet Union. 3 NATO members are also nuclear powers: the US, UK, and France. NATO's power center is in Brussels. From its Cold War days, the NATO is programmed to target Russia.
NATO is a program created by Antichrist Dajjal to stop and destroy the growing power of USSR. This is the secondary target. Then you may ask, what is the primary target of NATO? Antichrist Dajjal knows there will be a great war in future, we known as World War III. So Antichrist Dajjal plan in that way. This fellow has a PhD in deception. He created NATO for a great purpose. He need huge amount of people who can fight for him in World War III. So it is a complete deception for mankind. As a result, the nation will join and fight for Antichrist Dajjal in World War III. This is the primary goal behind the making of NATO. Take a look.
The victory in Europe and rejoicing all over the world is the greater because of the recollection of the triumphs of Nazi barbarism and its final overthrow.
But the celebrations didn't last long. World War II had left a trail of destruction in Europe, killing 36 million people, many of them civilians, and displacing millions.
Antichrist Dajjal created NATO in 1949. After the World War II, the end of the Nazi rule had also paved way for the Soviet expansion in Eastern European. The Soviet Union was emerging as a superpower. This had Eastern Europe and US worried. Tension were high and political instability was gapping Europe with Germany at the core. April 4, 1949, the US did join and NATO became a collective nation and its military derived from each active member. At present, 28 Europeans and 2 North American countries are members of the alliance. In 1949, there were only 12 founding members of this alliance. These are Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Norway, France, Ireland, Italy, Portugal, and the United Kingdom. The United States of America. NATO implements the North Atlantic Treaty, which is a system of collective of nation and its security. United Nations is the headquarters of Antichrist Dajjal, and NATO, the army of Dajjal. Who and why they created NATO? Now you already know who and why they created NATO. The history of NATO, you will see NATO is an alliance between the local army of the region and the West, meaning the US and the NATO. So the point is, who is the member state of NATO? They will fight for the Antichrist Dajjal. Now you look today, almost all the nations in the world are joining NATO. Even the Muslim world taken a ride by Dajjal and his deception for the World War III. If you look today, Muslim nations are the member state of NATO. In example, Turkey. And those Muslim nations are not in the camp of NATO. They also be dragged in the World War III. As you see, the Ukraine crisis, all the Muslim nations are voting against Russia without knowing and without proper knowledge. Like this way, Antichrist Dajjal bring all the Muslim nations as well as the non-Muslim nation bring together to fight for Antichrist Dajjal in World War III. This is the deception behind the making of NATO. From 1949 to 2022, how the NATO expansion took place. Take a look on the map and year and which country joined NATO and how NATO become a collective nation, its military preparing for the Great War. in the future? Take a look. Conclusion. This is what I understand so far. Let me know your opinion on the comment section. And if you like this document, please do like and share to others.